AB is somebody that we already know that you have to keep and take that into consideration where he's at mentally and emotionally. So to think that that was a lack of care for AB is inaccurate. To think that there was not attention paid towards AB in terms of what his emotional and mental, health was, Tom Brady goes over and checks on the dude. He had nothing for him. And you could tell at that point in time, which you would assume the only person that would maybe be able to talk to him and reach him and has put theirself on the line for him over and over again has been Tom Brady. Tom Brady walked off. Just walked off like, can't talk to you. Like, you're going to do what you're going to do. I said what I had to say. Walked off. So to me, coming in here, I'm usually pro player and pro approach to say he should get attention. I'm praying for you, AB. You need help, and I hope you get the help that you need. That would be disingenuous of me to come in here and say that, because to me, I think he's selfish. I think he's self-centered. I think that he's self-driven. I think that everything that matters to AB resonates and starts with AB. And that was his undoing. And that has been his undoing. And it's been his undoing for quite some time now. And I'm not going to absolve him from being responsible for what it is that he did and letting the people down around him that were accountable to him and accountable to that team in this situation.
I mean, there are two things can be true. Mental health is important. It's a real thing. We should always pay attention to it and always be aware of it. And also, he may just be an a-hole. I mean, period. Like the two things can be true. And whatever his issues are, there were multiple opportunities throughout his NFL career to figure it out. There were multiple opportunities in New England to figure it out, Pittsburgh to figure it out. He walked out on Pittsburgh. He walked out on New England. He goes to the Raiders. That was a disaster. Then he gets another opportunity. He wins a Super Bowl. He's in Tampa with them. They need him because of the injuries they have to Godwin and everything else that's going on. And in the middle of a game, they tried to work him back in. Bruce Arians tried to get him in, didn't want any part of it. Tom Brady tried to talk to him, didn't want any part of it. At one point, Mike Evans tried to stop him from taking his shoulder pads off, and he didn't want any part of it. He just walked away. He's been given multiple opportunities. He made his choice, and there's a lot of people that are going to maybe play the violins for him and feel bad for him and say, we should wait and see. All right, we can wait and see all we want, or we can actually acknowledge what we did see, which was a guy walk out on his team in the middle of a game, throw his apparel into the crowd, and leave his team hanging when they really needed it. Yeah. I mean, at some point, man, and anybody who's ever dealt with somebody who's had issues, and I have family members that have major addiction issues, all of that stuff. So I have intimate knowledge with how this works. At some point, you can't help everybody.
Nope.
They got to want to help themselves. And until
but he doesn't, in his mind, he doesn't think he needs help. He doesn't think that he does not think that he is a detriment. He does not see himself as a liability. And that's where the alternate universe that some guys, his success has ultimately been probably it will be his biggest undoing because of the amount of success that he's had and the amount of influence that he's been able to create during the course of his career. It has led him to live in a universe where all things that he does are acceptable.
Yeah.
You're wrong. If you're sitting here saying something about AB that isn't correct, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're incorrect.
Yeah.
And that's where the issue comes in.